19-year-old Samantha Mina suddenly developed a debilitating condition that pushed her to the brink of death within just a matter of months. As a young girl growing up in Reston, Virginia, Samantha Mina enjoyed an especially close relationship with her mother, Samia.
Samantha is the best thing that ever happened in my life.
My mom was always super supportive of me. Anything I wanted to do, she definitely believed in me, said go for it.
Their relationship grew even stronger when they found themselves on their own in the fall of 2000.
I was 12 years old when my parents divorced.
It was a very difficult time. She's the one who used to take care of me, encourage me. Samantha was an adult before her time.
Definitely after my parents divorced, my mom and I became best friends and started telling each other everything.
As an Egyptian immigrant, Samia believed firmly in the American dream and always encouraged Samantha to do her best.
Samantha was always an A+ student. A is not good enough.
I do consider myself an overachiever. I've always been very driven, definitely had to be the absolute best at everything I attempted.
In school, Samantha was a dynamo. She consistently brought home top grades and was active in sports, despite her small build.
Samantha was always tiny since she was a little girl.
I definitely have a small frame, bird bones, my mom calls it. I was thin, but I was also healthy. I would do everything all my friends did. I was involved in cheerleading. I got into archery when I was in high school. I really enjoyed running. I was one of those students who tried to do everything.
And when Samantha graduates from high school in the spring of 2006, she can't wait to start her freshman year at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville.
Samantha was very excited to go to college. She wanted to be a professor.
My life was definitely going all according to plan. I took my studies very seriously. I would study every night for hours.
Samantha's very driven, and if it means staying up till 2 a.m. to finish an assignment, she'll do that.
As the end of the spring term approaches, Samantha and Alex celebrate at a local restaurant. She has no idea how radically her life is about to change.
We went to a fancy gourmet pizza place, and I had a big slice of pizza, and I remember about 3 bites in, I felt a stabbing in the upper left quadrant of my belly.
And I thought maybe it was gas. She said, no, it's different.
It was very, very intense.
Within a few hours, the agonizing pain subsides, and Samantha thinks little of it. But over the next 4 days, the debilitating cramps return again and again.
Every time I would eat or drink anything, I would get this stabbing pain. I wanted to scream. The only thing that could make this pain diminish or go away was to not eat. I began to think that something is seriously wrong. So I went to the doctor. I described my symptoms, and I told him I feel like my stomach is being twisted every time I eat, and he said, well, most likely you have irritable bowel syndrome.
Irritable bowel syndrome is a common disorder of the large intestine, characterized by cramping, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Its cause is unknown.
The doctor said that the only way to handle it is to just simply try to avoid the foods that set you off. And he said all you have to do is figure out which foods cause so much pain and just avoid those foods. And, you know, I thought, that's a possibility. That might be the case. That's when I decided that I would not even attempt fatty foods, junk food, sugar.
I thought if she just ate the right things, then she would be fine and she wouldn't have any more problems.
So I put myself on a very bland diet. I would eat plain bread, crackers, boiled vegetables, boiled chicken. But I found that even the bland foods would cause pain. This sharp, stabbing pain at my upper left belly. It was like a knife, a hot knife, stabbing me over and over in the same spot. It was just so painful.
Then, to make matters worse, just a week after visiting the doctor, a frightening new symptom begins to emerge.
We went on a shopping trip, and she ate some of the food that we had at the mall. She went to the restroom, and when she came back out, she told me that she had thrown up.
I thought that it could be food poisoning or a stomach bug, and it would pass.
But over the next 5 days, Samantha doesn't feel any better and soon finds that eating more than 3 bites of anything makes her throw up.
I learned to decrease my portions, and so, if I would eat just a handful, I would feel a tiny bit in my throat come back up. And when I did force myself to eat an entire meal, I would projectile vomit.
And along with the vomiting, the stomach pains seemed to be reaching a whole new level of intensity.
I think it was torturing her. She got to a point where she didn't want to eat.
I became afraid of food because food always inevitably equaled pain. I grew to hate meal times. I would have this empty feeling inside of me, this lack of energy, being drained. You need to eat. But I knew if I ate, I would be in pain.
By the end of the semester, Samantha, who normally weighs 100 pounds, is painfully thin.
I was around 87 pounds. This was very alarming, so I called my mom.
It was very worrying, very disturbing. So I stopped at work. I told them, I'm not coming today. I'm going to get my daughter.
2 hours later, Samia walks into her daughter's room and is shocked by what she sees.
When Samantha changed, I saw her arms and her legs. I can see the detail of the bones. She had black under her eyes, and her face got very pointy, and it scared me. I could not believe myself what I have seen and what was going on with her. I knew my daughter was in trouble, and there was no time to waste.